Family, if you are here, please, first of all, hit the like button and subscribe. Somebody should tell the president of Togo that we have our eyes on him. It's just a message. Our eyes are on him. The president of Togo went to Russia for diplomatic purpose. It's just a working visit. And they are going to talk about a lot of things. But however, whichever way, the opening conversation between the president of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and the president of Togo ended with Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso. I don't understand. He said things, and there are some truth in what he said, but we are asking the question, is it hypocrisy or it is genuineness? We're going to find out. So the visit is just about, we're going to talk about bilateral agreement, how Togo want to intensify or accelerate their relation with, or let me say tighten their relation with Russia, okay, in terms of trade and whatever comes with it. That is what the meeting was about, or the visit was about. The visit is not about the Sahel. The conversation between both leaders was not about Sahel. Vladimir Putin was the one who spoke first. Let me show you this. Yeah. Vladimir Putin was the one who spoke first. After he spoke, and then the president of Togo replied. So Vladimir Putin spoke Russian and he spoke French. So I brought everything into text. So let's go in and have a look at the conversation. It's just a brief conversation. The opening conversation is not the entire conversation about the meeting, but the opening one. How he was welcomed and how he responded. And I'm asking why his response have to end up with the Sahel. I don't get it, but yeah, let's get right into it. First of all, this is what the president of Russia said. So I will read it just briefly and we access it. Then we go to how the president of Togo replied. In this, after I'm done reading, tell me if you hear anything about Sahel in this particular message. This is the opening message of Vladimir Putin. He said, Mr. President, friends, I would like to extend a most cordial welcome to you in Moscow. I'm reading this because it's very critical. We need to pay attention critical. We don't want to miss anything. Things are not right. This is not our first meeting, but I will nevertheless underscore that this year marks the 65th anniversary of the establishment of our diplomatic relations, meaning that Russia started with the father, Rock of Ages, Tete. These are countries in Africa who led the country before. Anyway, it is a curious fact that, this is from Russia president, okay? It is a curious fact that throughout this period, we have not had embassies, yet now, at last, we have reached an agreement to open embassies in both countries next year. So, of all these 65 years of, engaging with Togo and Russia, between the Togo and Russia, their relation, there is no Russia embassy in Togo or Togo embassy in Russia. But according to this phrase or this first message that Vladimir Putin put out, it means that next year, 2026, they agree to open embassy in both countries, Togo and Russia. Now, despite the absence of embassies, our trade and economic ties have, on the whole, developed and are progressing at a commendable pace. Naturally, the volume of trade remains modest for our countries. Yet the trend is positive. It is my sincere hope that following the establishment of embassies and the commencement of the Intergovernmental Commission's work, we on both sides will be able to do all that is necessary not only to maintain this trajectory, but also to accelerate it. The last one. With regard to cultural relations, these are currently centered primarily on education. So in terms of cultural relation, it's just about education between Russia and Togo. These are currently centered primarily on education, which we consider to be a vitally important area. Several hundreds of your citizens, the Togolese citizens, are studying in Russia with over 80 on our state-funded programs. So which means that the state of Russia actually funded some programs and they included They do that, and they will include some countries, Africa countries. Maybe we want 100 from here, we want 850 from here. So they'll come and learn something new in Russia in terms of technology or whatever it is. So out of this state-funded program, 80 students or citizens of Togo are on that list studying in Russia, addition to those who came by themselves. And this is a fact that we are very pleased about. These are talented young people, and I'm confident they will make a significant contribution to the development of their homeland in the future. Mr. President, once again, I extend a warm welcome to you in Russia. In this conversation, the president of Russia did not mention anything regarding security of the Sahel. Nothing of sort was mentioned. You can attest to that fact. Let's read how the president of Togo replied and why the conversation have to end with the Sahel. Beautiful. This is the reply that the president Fonyasimbe gave to the welcome message that he received from Russia President Vladimir Putin. Thank you, Mr. President. On behalf of my delegation accompanying me today, I would like to thank you for the invitation to visit Moscow. So the invitation was actually thrown to him by Moscow. He did not come on his own. Moscow invited him. Beautiful. I also want to thank you for the warm and hospitable welcome extended to us upon our arrival in the country. Yes, as you have mentioned, diplomatic missions have long been closed in our countries. But now we are entering a new epoch in our relations owing to the opening of diplomatic missions. We have key sectors in which we cooperate and which enable us to strengthen our relations. We have several priorities and an area that play a key role. I am referring to education. So the several priority and area that play key role, he is referring to education. As you rightly noted, many Togolese students are being educated in Russia, which is currently a fine way to make an important contribution to the development of our relationship and of my country. I think that the opening of embassies will allow us to enhance our cooperation in this sphere. Another area, this is where the key point is. Another area is fighting terrorism and ensuring security. I would like to thank you for what you are doing to help the Alliance of Sahel States, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger in their anti-terrorism struggle. Is it hypocrisy or is serious? Let's read forward. This is also of extreme importance for us. Oh, so you all know, in the African Union, you know that terrorism and security of Africa, West Africa, the Sahel, is of importance to not only Sahel, but to all of us. Okay, but when they took over to correct the wrong and make sure that there is security in their country, all of you are on their necks. Okay, no problem. Let's move forward. This is also of extreme importance for us because we are vulnerable and exposed to attacks from terrorists operating in the province of the countries I have mentioned. Then he went on to say the whole West Africa is affected by the terrorist threat, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank you once again for the support you are rendering to Africa countries. Then Vladimir Putin replied, shortly, we will now talk about this. Since you are in, we will talk about this. There is one particular truth in this conversation. There's one solid truth, which is the fact that he said we are vulnerable to the people operating in that region. Why? Togo is sharing border with Burkina Faso. Yes. And I said it countless times that in that region, if anything happens in that region, we all are going to be in trouble. Because this is Togo right here. Look at the border right here. This is the border between Togo and Burkina Faso. And then this is the border between Burkina Faso and Ghana. So you see, and we have Ivory Coast here. Benin is here. So if these people in that region, Benin is even sharing border with Niger right here. So if these people in that region are coming anywhere, it is these countries that are vulnerable. Nigeria is sharing a very big border here, and they are regrouping in there. Now, why would the president of Togo thanking Russia for coming in for the Sahel, providing security and aiding them in terms of security to secure the region? Why is he doing that? Is it that he noticed that, look, the people we are dealing with They deal with France, United States, and the West. The people we are dealing with, in terms of security, are we referring to the source of the problem to solve our problem? I see they are aware of this. They know that the security crisis around West Africa is coming from one particular direction, and they are working with this same direction to secure the continent. Ask yourself, how is it going to work? Are we going to see Togo shifting from the West and then partnering with Russia in terms of security? Are we going to see that? Because you already have France providing security for you, and France has been in Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and they were kicked out. Now, France is your loyal partner, and the fact that Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso kicked France out and brought in Russia, there is that rift already there. And now you went in there and you are siding with them. Are you not going to have problem with your master, Emmanuel Macron? We are just asking the question. They send you, tell them you did not see them. If it be said them send you, tell them say you did not see them. Because I'm trying to understand if it is just sincerity or hypocrisy. I can't tell. Maybe you will have a way around it. Let me know in the comment section. This statement by the president of Togo, I will say that it's a slap to all the countries that were chased out of the region there in terms of security. The countries that were chased, they were there that they are providing security. The security is not providing, they sack them. Yes. It's a slap to their face. It's trying to say that this country are not able to do it. You came in and then you are doing it. It means Togo is seeing that there's a positive vibe going on in terms of security of the Sahel. Meanwhile, the mainstream media is all about, this group are taking over. They are taking over. And the Togo president is there going there and say, Russia, thank you for coming in. It's a slap to the faces of all the countries that were kicked out of that place. Are we going to see something in the future? Is Togo about to make a move? Because I don't trust this whole thing. Unless more detail will be added, then we know what is happening. But the truth in the conversation is that what is happening in the Sahel, whatever it is happening here, it concerns all of us. Nobody is out. Whatever it is happening here, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, it concerns us. Because if it get down there, it's coming down to all these countries here. That is a fact. All the countries here, there's a problem with us. We all need to come together. If the alliance we are dealing with is not able to solve the security situation, we need to switch alliance. As for the African Union, why can't you put that energy into African Union and you people will come together and we all try to solve the problem? If truly it's of great concern to you as the Togo president, if the Togolese president is telling us right now that this whole chaos happening or this whole fight happening within the Sahel, the security crisis is of great concern because they are vulnerable to whatever is happening there, why don't you work with the Sahel? Why can't you all come together and say, look, this African Union, if you want to rely on this, your diplomatic vibe, it's not going to work. Let's work with these people to chase these guys terrorizing our people. Look at Nigeria. Nigeria right now, it's like people who want to go in there and help Nigeria. I don't know whether the whole situation in Nigeria is being weaponized to get their way in, because weaponized means that you need to find ways and means. If I'm the source of your problem, and I want to come in and harm you more through the narrative of coming to help you, I will intensify the problem. Everybody will be talking about it, then I can come in. We know them. That's how we know this pattern. It has happened before. Since the time we hear that some people want to help Nigeria, period. The moment they attempt to go in there and help Nigeria is facing resistance, then the whole thing intensifies. Everybody's now, the whole thing intensified. The first day, 25 children were adopted in a school, the people died. The following day, they went to a church, take the life of people, kidnap some away. The next day, a brigadier general was, kidnapped and alive. The following one, they went to a parish priest and alive the parish priest. From there, the following day, they went to another a church. What is the meaning of this? It become a news. Every day in the news, Nigeria is coming in. Every day in the news, these people have intensified. What is it about? We have no idea. This thing happening in Nigeria, I'm so concerned about it. Because you see, it is not a situation confronting only Nigeria. It is an agenda that is coming to take over the entire West Africa. So we need to work together and make sure that we deal with the situation. I don't know what is the mission of the Togolese president, but family, let me know your thought in the comment section. Just drop your thought. What do you think? Is chairman serious?